This is Shevii, the seventh reading of our weekly Torah portion of Miketz, or Miketz. It's in Genesis chapter 43, verse 30, until 44:17. It's 22 verses. Starting with verse 30 in chapter 43. Vayimaher Yosef ki nimcharnu rachamav ki nichmeru rachamav el achiv ויבקש לבכות ויבוא החדרה ויבך שמה. And Joseph hastened, for his mercy was stirred toward his brother, and he wanted to weep. So he went into the room, and he wept there. וירחץ פניו ויצא ויתאפק ויאמר שימו לכם. And he washed his face and came out and restrained himself and said, serve the food. וישימו לו לבדו ולחם לבדם ולמצרים אוכלים איתו לבדם כי לא יוכלו המצרים לאכול את העברים לחם כי תועבה היא למצרים. And they set for him separately and for them separately and for the Egyptians who ate with him separately, because the Egyptians could not eat food with the Hebrews, because it is an abomination to the Egyptians. וישבו לפניו הבכור כבכורתו והצעיר כצעירתו ויתמהו אנשים איש אל רעהו. They sat before him, the firstborn according to his age, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men looked at each other in astonishment. Vayisam asot meit panav alehem baterev masat binyamin mimasot kulam chamesh yadot vayishtu vayishkeru imo. And he had portions brought to them from before him, and Benjamin's portion was 5 times as large as the portions of any of them. And they drank and became intoxicated with him. And chapter 44. Vayitzav et asher al beto lemor milet am תחות הנשים אוכל כאשר יאכלון, שאת ושים כסף איש בפי עם תחתו. Then he commanded the overseer of his house, saying, fill the men's sacks with food, as much as they can carry, and put each man's money into the mouth of his sack. ואת גביע הכסף תשים בפי עם תחת הקטון, ואת כסף שברו ויעש כדבר יוסף אשר דיבר. And my goblet, the silver goblet, put into the mouth of the sack of the youngest, and his purchase money. And he did according to Joseph's word, which he had spoken. Haboker or ואנשים שלחו Hema b'chamorehem. The morning became light, and the men were sent on their way, they and their donkeys. Hem yatsu et ha'ir lo hirchiku, v'Yosef amar la'asher al beto kum redof acharei hanashim, v'hisagtem, v'yamarta alehem lama shilamtem ra'a tachat tova. They had exited the city, but had not gone far, when Joseph said to the overseer of his house, get up, pursue the men, and when you overtake them, say to them, why have you repaid good with evil? Halo ze asher yishtei adoni bo, v'hu nachash yinachesh bo, hareotem asher asitem. Is this not Is not this the one my master drinks from? Why, he even divines with it. You have done evil by the way you have acted. He overtook them, and he said these words to them. And they said to him, why should my master say such words as these? Far be it from your servants to do such a thing like this. Hen kesef asher matzanu b'fi amtechotenu hashivanu elecha heshivnu elecha me'eretz Canaan ve'ech nignov mibeit adonecha kesef ozahav. Behold, the money we found in the mouth of our sacks we returned to you from the land of Canaan. So how could we steal from your master's house silver or gold? Whichever one of your servants with whom it shall be found shall die, and also we will be slaves to my master. Vayomer gam ata kedivrechem ken hu asher yimatzei ito yeh li eved ve'atem tiyu nikiim. And he said, now indeed, so it is as you have spoken, but the one with whom it is found shall be my slave, and you shall be cleared. Vayimaru yaridu ish et am tachto arza v'yiftechu ish am tachto. So they hastened, and each one lowered his sack to the ground, and each one opened his sack. Vayachpes bagadol lachel v'katon kila. Vayimatzeh hagavia be'am tachat binyamin. He searched, he started with the eldest, and finished with the youngest, and the goblet was found in Benjamin's sack. Vayikru simlotam vayamos ish al chamorov yeshuvo ha'ira. So they rent their garments, and each one loaded his donkey, and they returned to the city. Vayavo Yehuda ve'achav baita Yosef v'hu odenu sham vayiplu lefanav arza. And Judah and his brothers came to Joseph's house, and he was still there. They fell before him on the ground. Vayomer lahem Yosef ma ma'aseh hazeh asher asitem halo yudatem ki yenachesh ish asher kemoni. And Joseph said to them, what is this deed that you have committed? Don't you know that a person like me practices divination? Vayomer Yehuda, man numar adoni, man daber uman itztadak, Elohim matza et avon avadecha, hinenu avadim ladoni, gam anachnu gam asher nimtza hagavia biado. And Judah said, what shall we say to my master? What shall we speak? And how shall we exonerate ourselves? God has found your servants' iniquity. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and the one in whose possession the goblet has been found. Vayomer chalila li me'asod zot ha'ish asher nimtza hagavia biado hu yihye li eved ve'atem alu l'shalom el avichem. But he said, far be it from me to do this. The man in whose possession the goblet was, found he, the cup shall be my slave. But as for you, go up in peace to your father.